Well, hello, English friends. We are going to do a refresher today to go over some things that I've taught you before, and I want to make sure you always remember them forever and ever. So let me share the screen, and I'll bring up the document so you can watch it while I talk about it. Where is it? There it is. There's good old refresher. Okay, so 2 sentences here. Which one do you think is correct? We would have been there if our train had been on time. We would have been there if our train had been on time. Give you a second to think about it. And the answer is we would have been there. You should have gone home after the first act of the play. You should have went home after the first act of the play. Think about it, because this always trips some people up. Which one is it? It is the first one. You should have gone home. Should have gone. Never should have went. All right, next we have, I could care less that the great crested flycatcher is migrating to New Jersey. Or, I couldn't care less that the great crested flycatcher is migrating to New Jersey. So, I know you know this one. And it's the second one, I couldn't care less. Because if you could care less, that means you care at least a little bit about the migration patterns of the great crested flycatcher. Maybe you do. I kind of do. Okay, next. Did you see that mischievous kid walking out of our backyard? Did you see that mischievous kid walking out of our backyard? Which one is it? It is mischievous. Mischievous. Mischievous is not a word. It is mischievous. And then we have, oh, I didn't bold that. Let me bold that for you. Cannot, or can, one word or 2 words. You cannot be serious about bungee jumping off of our deck. You cannot be serious, blah, blah, blah. So cannot is 1 word. You never separate it into 2. Well, there are exceptions to that depending on like certain types of sentences, but for the vast majority, you want to be writing it as 1 word. This is something I don't think I've ever told you, but I planned to, so I'm just going to tell you now. And that is, you all are familiar with the term RSVP that you see on invitations, meaning let us know if you're going to be there or not. So just so you know what it stands for, it's a French term. It translates to French, and the French is répondez s'il vous plaît. So that means reply or respond, please. All right, next section. We have just, I think you guys all know this. You don't want to, in formal writing, you don't want to put gonna, change it to going to. Kinda should be kind of. Till is until, and cause is because. And please don't ever do this. All right, next. What is wrong with this pink sentence? I think I saw a ghost. Look at it for a second. Can you tell what's wrong? This is something that many people still do, and that is not capitalizing the word I. So please, in your writing, formal writing, make sure you capitalize the word I. And when I say formal writing, yes, I'm talking about when you're turning stuff into me, but you know, this is just this much of your life. You're going to go out there, you're going to be in the world, and you want to always be taken seriously when you have to have something in writing, whether it's an email at your job or a letter to somebody, you know, because you're unhappy with a service somewhere, something, whatever. There's so many things that you'll be writing, and you definitely want to come across as someone to be taken seriously so you can be more likely to get what you want. So always capitalize the word I. All right, next we have, this is about making a word plural. The crazy cat lady just brought home 8 more cats, or 8 more cats. So one has an apostrophe, one doesn't. Do you use an apostrophe when you make a word plural? No, you do not. Apostrophes are for ownership, or to stand in for a missing letter in a word like wouldn't or can't. All right, and next we have the cat's, excuse me, litter box is in serious need of a good scooping, or without an apostrophe, the cat's litter box. So here we do have ownership. It's a litter box that belongs to the cat, one cat. And I'll tell you why we know that in a second, but anyway, you do use an apostrophe there because it's showing ownership, the cat's litter box. What if you had more than one cat? Well, then it would look like this, the cats apostrophe, okay? Cat's litter box. So let me bold that. And now you know there's more than one cat. It could be 50 cats. It could be 10 million cats. It could be more. Okay, next we have thanks a lot, I love it. Thanks a lot, I love it. A lot, I think everybody knows this by now, is always two words. A lot as one word isn't a word. All right, next, if the pandemic was over, we could all pile into Walmart again. If the pandemic were over, we could all pile into Walmart again. What do you think? Yes, it is were. When you use if, you say were. If it were, if I were, if he were, if the sun were coming out later, we could go to the beach. If were, also I wish. So I wish the sun were still out. All right, just a couple more. The retreat in the desert is for women only, or the retreat in the desert is for woman only. Remember how to pronounce those? E-N is pronounced women. Such a weird word. And A-N is pronounced woman. So are we talking about a singular or a plural situation here? The retreat in the desert is for women only. Oh, well, I kind of just gave you the answer. Yeah, it's for more than one. It's for women in general. So it would be the first one, woe men. And speaking of the desert, this is just a spelling thing. A desert, D-E-S-E-R-T, is the hot, dry place where you can see amazing views of the stars at night. And then we have the other word, dessert, with two S's, is what I want to eat before dinner. Well, in place of dinner, if I'm to be honest. That's just a fun spelling thing. Ooh, you know what? I thought of another one I'm going to put in here, because I have had people spell this wrong recently, so I want to make sure you know. So when you are talking about the principal of a school, it is P-A-L at the end, as opposed to P-L-E. So here's how the easy way to remember it is. Just think of when you're talking about the person who is at a school, like Miss Mickey, the principal, the principal, like the principal is my pal. So that word, when used in that context, is P-A-L. All right, that's all I got. Bye, guys. Oh, shoot, I have to stop sharing. I always like say goodbye and then I have to go back here and blah, blah, blah. Here I go. I'm turning it off. See ya.